Loki is doing some really great things, and one of the things that they're working on is, well, that they have is Lokinet, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So let's get into it. Welcome to the SavageMine YouTube channel. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about crypto mining and crypto related projects, you can get an almost daily dose of it just by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. This week has been all about Loki so far, and we probably aren't going to stop. We're going to do some more tonight. Actually, I guess Monday was Arrow Chain, I guess, but mostly Loki this week. And also follow me on Twitter, because over there I keep you updated with what's going on with the channel. It's pretty much a ghost town over there right now for some reason as far as crypto Twitter goes. But again, I do keep you updated on what's going on with the YouTube channel. I run some polls. I did not post anything today as far as, you know, what we were going to cover. I didn't even post that I was going live or anything. This is kind of a last minute thing. I was contemplating, I was not even going to go live at all, and I know I'm super late. I'm like 45 minutes later than I normally am, and it's just because I'm absolutely exhausted. So so hopefully you guys appreciate it, because I'm out of it. Let's take a quick look at what I am mining currently. I am mining Raven still on the NVIDIA rig, and on the AMD rig I'm still mining Rio and Monero. Probably not going to change off of this until maybe about 10 days from now. I'll probably swap. I'll probably keep an eye on the Raven difficulty and stuff like that, and see if I'm going to switch this rig back to something else. But so far it's been doing okay on Raven. And on the co-owned rigs, they're actually up tonight, which is strange. I've been having weird problems with them just getting disconnected and not wanting to stay online. So I think this rig at the bottom was offline last night on last night's stream, but I got it back up and running, just doing the normal troubleshooting stuff, rebooting and, you know, cold booting and all that stuff. So these are co-owned rigs. They're both mining Conceal, which is CCX still. They've been mining that since about March, non-stop. So doing okay over there. Take a quick look at the market. I haven't been too involved in the market today as far as keeping up with it, so I don't know exactly what's going on. Looks like it's pretty boring, not much going on as far as movement. Most everything is not a lot of huge ups and downs, so that's actually kind of a lot of sideways movement here. So let's look at the top 10, or my top 10. So you got CCX, pretty much even. I'm gonna go kind of fast because I gotta make this one quick. Raven was, yeah, that's right. Raven was looking really good because you know, I think that there's a few things good. You know, obviously good news. They were listed on, I think you can actually trade on Binance.us now. That they opened up deposits a couple of days ago, I believe, and that gave them a little bit of a boost. And now I think you can actually trade. So because of that, you know, there's a little bit of a boost here. Plus, there's just other good news going around, so that's good. Plus, there's a little less dumping. You know, a little. I don't know how the volume is looking. I mean, I know I see it right here. This is a huge amount of volume, and I think that what we are seeing is not the ASIC farms dumping anymore. We're actually seeing like true volume and interest. You know. So that's actually a really good sign for Raven. So good to see that. It's about time. It's been a long time. Swap up just a tad. They broke the 7-cent mark there. Looking good. Rio up just a tad, still under 2 cents. And then our favorite this week is Loki, up just a little bit. I think they started the week at 30 cents, so they've had a pretty good little jump here. Maybe 31, something like that. So that's looking pretty good. Zell down a little bit, 5 cents. Veil even. Then I got Arrow at number 8. Number 9 is Bitcash. Bitcash, I think, had a pretty good day. Yeah, they're looking strong. Yeah, this is one of those. Once, like, I think once people, if people really looked into this project, I think they would be pretty interested, because it's a good project. I've done some videos on it, and if you want a little, little overviews and stuff like that, check out those videos, because this is a pretty solid project. I like the goals and the interface, the user interface. It's all pretty solid, so I would definitely check that out. And then AION down a little bit, so they're down below 7 cents again. All right. If there's something else you want me to look at real quick, throw it over there in the chat. What's up, Eric? What's up, Crypto Mikhail? Thanks for stopping in. Just a real quick reminder, this gets a little confusing for some people apparently, but none of my videos are sponsored at all. I'm not sponsored. I repeat, I am not sponsored. I only talk about things that I'm interested in. That's all this is. There's no payment on the backside. There's nothing like that for me to talk about certain projects. I just get interested. I obsess over things sometimes, and I just talk about it, and that's it. That's all this is. It's just me chatting about projects that I'm interested in, and that's it. And I've got other stuff on my channel too. It's not like just about projects. I've got building mining rigs. I've got some mining operating specific stuff. Simple mining and Hive OS. Not a lot of Windows stuff, because I don't really mine a lot on Windows. So yeah, I've got some good stuff on my channel. If you check it out, it's I guess at a glance I could tell, if I was like standing on the outside and I saw this lineup right here, yeah, maybe, you might say, I'm might be sponsored by these, but I'm not. Trust me. There is nothing like that. I wish that there was. I really don't. Honestly, on the whole sponsoring thing, personally, I don't want anything, because I want to be able to be completely objective, right? So I want to be able to just look at something and talk about it and give my own opinion without thinking in the back of my head like I need to say something nice because of this, right? I don't want to get into that scenario where that's what's happening. So if I say it, it's just me saying it, and that's it. So a little spiel on sponsoring there. All right. So yeah, tonight we're going to talk about Loki a little bit more. I know that I've got several videos here already, but we are going to talk about Lokinet, because we basically went over. Let's see, we went over Messenger, and then we went over Messenger Mobile, and I talked about Lokinet in both of those videos, I think, a little bit, and yeah, so I'm just going to cover Lokinet itself tonight. So that's what we're going to be looking at. But first, what is Loki? Loki is, just to bring you up to speed, because I have to give a little spiel over what Loki is. I don't have to, but I do. I want to in each video, because I have to. I want to let you know, if you're not watching the other videos, what Loki is in general, right? So Loki is a Monero code fork that uses a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake model, and it's focused on the creation of a suite of privacy software products, like their wallet. They have a cool wallet. Whoop, that's not the wallet. They have a cool wallet. This acts as the interface to the network. They also have Messenger, which is a decentralized, encrypted messenger, which we talked about last night. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. We talked about that last night, and then they also have Lokinet, which is what we are going to talk about tonight a little bit more. And that's a mixnet. It's similar to Tor, and it has incentivized Sybil attack resistant service nodes called snodes that host service node applications, or snaps. And actually, that I found out today that that's not actually true. It said they don't host All right, we'll talk about this a little bit more, but that's a mistake that I've made in previous videos. The service nodes do not host applications. They only facilitate the communication between the client and the service node app. But it's kind of misleading because it says service node app, so it kind of makes you think that it's going to be hosted there, but it's not. So these snaps are not visible to the internet. They these nodes route and scale traffic through the network using low latency anonymous routing protocol, or LARP. I think I've got that up here. Yep. And they support off-chain services like some of the capabilities in Loki Messenger, which we talked about that last night. LARP is a new routing technology proposed by Loki that is a hybrid Tor and I2P, or Invisible Internet Project Protocol. Tor and I2P both have limitations in decentralization and privacy when it's compared to Loki's LARP. So we're going to talk more about Lokinet tonight, and let's get into it. Loki's goals always lean towards, I mentioned this last night too, Loki's goals always lean toward completely private interaction with the internet using many different platforms and services, which is why they interest me so much. These services ride on Lokinet. So what is Lokinet? Lokinet, I kind of like to think of it as a private, trustless, censorship-resistant, decentralized VPN. I know that's kind of a mouthful, but that's kind of the way I would describe it. And did I mention it's free? Yeah, it's actually free. It's made up of all the service nodes on the network, and it uses a low latency onion routing protocol, and that protocol offers users tunnels to route their encrypted traffic through, which hides the source and the destination of the data. And onion routing, if you're not familiar, is basically just multiple layers of encryption that are peeled off at each node to reveal the next destination. And that capability, that function, is performed by the distributed nodes, so that also act as onion routers as the data travels through the network. And this feature offers a ridiculous amount of security and privacy. Just think of it as like I said, a private, trustless, censorship-resistant, decentralized VPN. Boom, there you go. So one of the things that it provides the capability of is snaps, and that is, like I was saying earlier, I have made a mistake in the previous videos, and I said that the service nodes host them, but they don't. The service nodes are only intermediaries. They don't host or run the content at all. It's Snap is a client-server configuration. The nodes just route the traffic through Lokinet to the snaps that are hosted on a user's workstation or server. So you could actually, set up a hosted app on your workstation and have it accessible via Lokinet. So what's the difference between snaps and dApps then? And I basically just told you. So snaps computations are client side. The service node apps that we're talking about on Lokinet are all the computations happen on the client, and they're not hosted on service nodes. The dApps typically, if you think of smart contracts and things like that, typically those are hosted. Those use the hosting server's processing power in those cases. So that is a summary of what is going on with Lokinet and what it allows. So that is cool stuff. And if you wanted to try Lokinet, it's basically a client-side app, and you run it, and that's what I had up here a little bit earlier, this right here. And you can, once it's up and running, you are connected to Lokinet, right? It says connected right here. And if I access a service node app, then it will be through Lokinet, and it'll have that onion routing and all that stuff going on, right? So it'll be completely private, encrypted, censorship resistant, trustless, all that stuff. So very cool stuff going on there. And this is the messenger also uses Lokinet, which we talked about last night. All right. So let me exit out. Actually, I don't really need to exit out of here. I'll leave this up and running. Well, let me exit. Let me disconnect here. So now I'm disconnected. So once you install it, there's a Windows installer, and they've done. Listen, this is one thing that was kind of bothered me at first about this. Obviously, it's still in beta. Okay, so I'm not going to slam them for that. It's still in beta, and the one that I used previously, whenever I tried to do this before, it didn't work. You know, I was a bad user though, because I didn't like report my problems or anything. I just didn't have time. But in this latest release, the 5.2 or 0.5.2, it looks like all those little problems were fixed because I just downloaded it, installed it, ran it, and was able to connect right away. I'm sure that I probably could have gotten the previous version working had I hit up their Discord and actually, you know, pursued figuring out the problem. But I just, again, you know, this isn't my only gig, so I just didn't have a lot of time to do that. So yeah, so it's really cool to see that it's progressing and it's not stalled. You know, this whole development on the project is not stalling. You know, it's not hung up somewhere. So it's really good to see that. I was impressed by just downloading it, running it, boom. And click connect and it worked. So that was kind of neat. Just want to mention that. All right. So you would download it from, you know, obviously they're the source. Let's go all the way back to here. So if you go to Loki.network, let me check the chat, see if y'all are doing anything over here real quick before I get going. Yeah, so if you go to Loki.network, this is a good starting point for what you are going to be looking at. And I think you would just click get started and it'll pull you down here somewhere. Or actually, yeah, it'll take you to a good page for getting started. So what do you want to do? Do you want to get a Loki wallet, which we already have? Right, oop, that's Messenger. This is the wallet. So we already have a wallet. This is just my demo wallet. That's why it's got 0 in there. And you also have Loki Messenger, which we talked about a lot last night. And then you've got Lokinet here. So Lokinet, again, is that basically a VPN is the easiest way to look at it, a distributed VPN. So you would click, here's the Lokinet website. I think I already have that up as well, but let's open that up just so we can see what it looks like. So yeah, I was already there. So that'll offer some help as well. But if you want to download it, I would definitely go this route to get to the install files, the binaries. So you click on Lokinet for Windows, in my case, because I'm on Windows. I've already got it downloaded here. So that's where I would download it. If you want to go to the GitHub, I suppose if you wanted to go to the verified one, let's see here, I can put that in, I'll throw this in chat as well. So you could go here to get it also. It's the same thing, I think. Let's double check that. Okay, no, it's not. So there must be, so this is actually a newer one. So this one, 5.2, is actually newer than the one that I installed today. So, all right, so I hope y'all see what's happening here. So let me cancel this. So from the website, it looks like this link right here is pointing to 5.1, and the newest release, which was 17 days ago, is 5.2. So let's download it, and we are going to install it. Yeah, so it looks like they just did a couple of improvements. And you can see right here on Windows, it says it'll work out of the box for a majority of systems just by downloading and running the exe, right? And that's my experience too. Whereas in the past, the previous versions was not like that. It was, I think I had, yeah, I want to say I had like 4.1 or something like that way back here. And it just, I don't know, it had all kind of problems connecting and stuff. So I kind of gave up on it pretty quickly. All right, so let's get out of here. We'll go to my downloads folder here, and we are going to run 5.2. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, 5.2. Here we go. Let's run that. I'll probably lose you for a second here. Alright, so it looks like this. Now technically I am supposed to, I believe to make things really smooth, I should have removed or uninstalled the previous one. Let me actually see. Let's see. What can I do? I'm not going to worry about it because I think that, I want to say that the way I did it before, I didn't have to uninstall anything, but I do believe that you probably should. Let's try it. Let's try it without it. Without the uninstall. See what happens. Okay. So don't know what happened there. Maybe I do. I can try to uninstall it, I guess. All right. I don't know if maybe. I mean, it's not running. Let me see if there's like here. Let's exit out of all this stuff. Maybe some of the stuff might be interfering here. Not the wallet, but maybe Messenger. No, I don't think so. But all right. Yeah, it looks like it's going to fail again. Alright, so I mean 5.1 was working for me, so it looks like this was just a couple of bug fixes here. So maybe it's possible that that's why this one over here links to the 5.1. Maybe there's some type of a weird problem with it. All right, it doesn't really matter. Let me go back over here. I've got 5.1 right here also. Let me see if it works, and that'll kind of tell me something. It's probably going to want to know if I want to uninstall it too, though. All right, so it looks like, yeah, that one's going to fail too. All right, so looks like it's definitely an uninstall situation here. Let me see. I have to find out where the install files are and stuff. Alright, so I just typed Lokinet. Hey, what's up, LP? I just typed Lokinet into the Windows 10 search, and it has an uninstall that shows up in there, so I'm going to try to uninstall it. So it looks like it was successful. Part of it, anyway. Alright. It says Lokinet was successfully removed from your computer. Alright. So now we should be able to hopefully go and install it now. Which kind of sucks because I already had it installed and then I saw that new one. So let's see here. Lokinet Windows installer. Loki project, gotta remember that. Well, darn. All right, it does look like it's working. Okay, maybe. At least it's moving. Before it was kind of hung up on that one file there. I don't remember how long it takes, you know? So it might take a few minutes here. No. Okay, well, I have a problem. And that sucks. Because I really wanted to show this, and then did something dumb. I should have just used the 5.1 instead of uninstall it. Because it was working. You guys saw that it was up and connected and everything, so weird. I'm just looking through services and seeing if there's something running. Something that's like hung up, and it doesn't look like there's anything in there. Try 5.1 again. Because this one did install earlier. Looks like it's gonna fail again. It's like it's timing out or something. Alright, well, that's about as far as I can go without it actually working here. Yeah, and this is not, I might have said that it was beta earlier. It's not beta, but this looks like an actual version, so well, just downloaded that, so it's not the I could probably restart and it would work. I have a feeling it's just something that, like a service or something that's running, that stopping it. Hey, thanks, Shuby. Thanks for stopping in, man. LP, you had the same exact problem. Yeah, I'm thinking that a restart would probably fix it, but I can't do that during the stream, so I'm kind of stuck. Let me see if I want to see if it's in add or remove programs or programs and features. Maybe it's still over here. Nope. All right. Let's see. I'm just kind of poking around here and seeing if I can figure this out. There's no Loki files left on in the program files directory. I'm searching the registry and seeing if there's something in there. Yeah, I don't see any temporary files or any files left over by it. I don't really see anything in the registry that would possibly mess it up. Yeah, there's nothing in the control panel anymore because I uninstalled it. Whenever I uninstalled it, it pulled it out of there. So Let me try one thing. It's probably gonna disconnect you guys, but okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to restart. That's what it looks like. Seems like there would be some way of making it work, but without a restart. I'm just kind of poking around here and seeing if I can figure it out without restarting. Doesn't look like it. I think I'm gonna give up. All right, I don't waste you guys' time anymore. So what I'll do is tomorrow will be Fireball Friday, right? Because today's Thursday. So we'll do Fireball Friday tomorrow, and I'll go over this again. I'll cover this, you know, because I'll probably have it up and running by then. And what I'll kind of run through is before the stream, I'll install it, uninstall it, reinstall it, see if it works, see if I can replicate the same exact problem that we're seeing right here. And then that way I'll know whether or not a restart is required or whatever. So we'll get into all that. But tomorrow night, 9:30, Fireball Friday, and what else I'll cover, I have no idea. We'll figure it out whenever that time comes. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Stay savage.